Speaking about Neptune, I wanted to clarify a very short thing for you, my loves, because I don't want it to be any confusion, right? Neptune, confusion, they go hand in hand. Oftentimes, you would hear me post either on Instagram or on community tabs that I am taking a break. When I usually take a break, I either take a break from creating PickACard readings on the channel or from personal readings. I normally don't take a break from all of them. I used to do this in the past, but now as I'm growing into this energy, I don't really need to take a break from everything unless something big happens in my life and then I'm kind of pushed into it. So when I'm taking a break from personal readings, I'm actually creating more videos for you on the spiritual social because my energy just flows in a more focused way to the growth of my channel. When I'm taking a break from my PickACard readings and working on the creative aspect of my channel, all my energy flows into the personal readings. I cannot do both. I've tried to do both at the same time and I felt like my energy was split and the quality of the work was just not there. If you actually have a look at some of the tarot readers that have a lot of subscribers here on YouTube, you will see that the majority of those that are high in the top tier of subscribers, they don't really offer personal readings. They offer some sort of proxy services that they advertise for. I actually try to do two things at the same time, and this is why my growth is a little bit stunted, because when you pour your energy into one thing, it tends to grow, but when you split the energy, it grows much more slowly. So in case some of you had any questions, you were a little bit confused as to what is happening, this is basically how I am choosing to use my energy. I might need to get an assistant or two. I might start employing people. So I hope that clarifies. Let's get into a reading. Meow. Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello new subscribers, hello loyal subscribers, hello light crew, solar crew, my wonderful members. I'm so happy to have you here today for a special PickACard reading on the topic of your Neptunian glow up. So a lot of you might be aware of the fact that Jupiter is no longer in the sign of Pisces. However, Neptune continues to stay in this sign, and it is also joined at the moment by Mars, which is preparing to switch from the sign of Pisces into the sign of Aries and thereby joining Jupiter in Aries. But we're not going to focus on Aries energy in this clip. We're going to be focused on water-based energy, Piscean energy, Neptunian flow. I actually want to see with the reading today, what were the gifts of Jupiter in Pisces? What has the great lord of the water realm given you? I feel that a lot of us, and especially Pisceans, have been incredibly tested during this transit that was supposed to be paradoxically a deep blessing for them. We found out, for example, that Bruce Willis, a natal sun in Pisces, is suffering from a disease at the moment that is prohibiting him from continuing to act. I also had some personal problems in my life. At the same time as in the neighboring country of Ukraine, there was this brutal war that started. So how is Jupiter in Pisces blessing us? What are the actual gifts that Jupiter is bringing to us? I have been thinking about this so deeply as I was going through a period at the beginning of this year when I literally started questioning my faith. And it's interesting because Pisces rules over very difficult aspects in life. It's a highly misunderstood sign, much like the majority of water signs like Scorpio and Cancer. because it deals with unquantifiables. It deals with things that we cannot touch, oftentimes things that we cannot see. It deals with isolation, asylum, escapism, solitude, unconditional love, forgiveness, surrender, letting go, things that don't normally fit very well within our capitalistic, happy-go-lucky, optimism-driven society. The marketplace doesn't really have time for a lot of Neptunian energy unless it can be in some way traded or sold through artistic means, right? Or performances, or acting, or dancing. So I really wanted to tap into this energy because to me, Jupiter in Pisces has been a massive closing of a very difficult couple of years. And I do feel that Jupiter has been blessing us. But I want to see specifically, how has Jupiter been blessing us? How has your life been enhanced? In what way? What are the new qualities that have entered into your spiritual development? Because I do firmly believe that all of us have been incredibly spiritualized by the transit of Jupiter in Pisces. So, we all know as well that in 2022, I don't know when you're going to stumble upon this reading. If you're watching it at the moment, this might apply more strongly. If you're watching it in the future, this reading will be timeless. However, I am filming it with the current energy of the month of May 2022. We do know as well that Jupiter is going to dip back into the sign of Pisces in the autumn and winter of 2022. So I want to see as well if the cards are going to say anything about what is coming up in the last part of the year. Okay, so we've got a lot of things to explore in this reading today. I'm super excited about it. I hope that you guys enjoy the banner. So the card that I had at the beginning, it's created by a really beautiful artist. I'm going to link them down below. I have here for you a choice of 3 different tarot decks or objects. Feel free to choose however you feel called. As you guys know, on my channel, the drill is that I live shuffle tarot cards so that I am able to pick up on your energy and we can co-create answers to the question I am asking. And I also pre-shuffle the oracle cards. I do it in a ceremony where I light some white sage. I never look at the cards that drop down on the table. If cards actually appear face up, I exclude them and I shuffle again. So it's a surprise for me as well what the oracle cards have to say, because I am working with the element of surprise to give you a spontaneous, real, and anchored in the present interpretation. Being in the present is one of the core foundational spiritual practices that a variety of spiritual seekers have been describing for centuries. So I'm trying to train that energy as well. As a North Node in Aries, I'm doing my best to be present as much as possible, and tarot is really helping me heal and to do this. So oracle cards pre-shuffled, I have them here. All the decks I'm using are linked in the description box below. I do want to give a big thank you, like a big, huggable, sweet thank you to everyone who has been contributing to the way in which this channel looks like, because you guys have been donating so many gorgeous things. Most of the things that you see pictured in my clips, the jewelry, the crystals, the tarot decks, the objects that I have here, all of these have been donated from you to my channel. For a second, I kind of tripped over this. Yeah, great. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. But I get a little bit emotional and I get flustered and I cannot speak whenever I feel a little bit overwhelmed by generosity and kindness. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, my loves. And I take it upon myself to keep creating these beautiful readings for you. Wow, this has been a really long introduction. I do apologize, but I felt the need to convey to you a couple of these messages. So the choices we have here for group 1, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, or you can choose the Seagull. Okay, for group 2, we have the Oceanic Tarot or the Starfish. For a moment, I wanted to say seashell, but no, for group 3, we have this gorgeous shell. It looks like it comes from Paleozoic times. I really like it. Or the Mystical Dream Tarot. Okay, so take a moment now. Maybe we should take a deep breath in. I'm also gonna do some sound cleansing with the Tibetan bowl. So 1, 2, 3, inhale. and see which of these options pulls you in the most. I would strongly recommend that you choose just one option. Try to consume tarot a little bit more responsibly, because I'm getting a sense in the collective at the moment that we're getting a little bit of an occult burnout due to the fact that Jupiter in Aquarius has brought up to the surface a lot of tarot readers, a lot of PickACard readings, and I can feel it with myself as well. I needed to do some sort of tarot and oracle reading hygiene. I had to step away from listening to some of my favorite readers, or to limit the time I am actually tapping into their energy, because the messages just were so confusing. So please consume tarot and oracle readings responsibly. I know that you guys are. I love you so much. You're such a clever bunch of people with such beautiful, bright, unique souls. And I cannot actually wait to see what messages are popping up for you today. So let's cut the story short and let's get into it. Hey group one, hey guys, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi. I'm so happy to have you here today with me. So this is an option for those of you that were drawn to the Seagull object, or if you were drawn to the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. We are going to be exploring today, what has Jupiter in Pisces given you? What is your Neptunian glow up, okay? At the moment, Neptune, well, this reading is timeless, but I'm filming this reading under a current astrological sky that still has Mars in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. So I want to see what is the aftermath of Jupiter in Pisces, because I feel that this transit has been giving us quite spiritual, quite unseen gifts that maybe need some work to be activated, maybe need some faith. They might also need some sort of emotional release in order to fully tap into the blessings that Jupiter in Pisces has been giving us, because you guys know that Jupiter is the great benefic, it's the super attractor. But in the last couple of months, the world felt like it started burning, it was on fire. So I wondered, what is actually Jupiter in Pisces giving us? What can we learn from this? What can we take from this? So let's see. I'm shuffling your cards. I have your oracle cards pre-shuffled here, but I want some more tarot cards and I feel like it doesn't want to come through. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like you guys really need to put in some work to truly acknowledge the gifts of Jupiter in Pisces. Let's see the cards that came up. We have here the Three of Cups blocked, and we also have the Four of Pentacles, and I feel like I'm already getting a shiver through my body. We have the Six of Swords, and we also have here, the Five of Cups upright. So we have two upright cards which speak about walking away from a deep pain, a deep sense of I lost. Everything was taken away from me. I no longer know where I live. I no longer know how to get that person back, that job back, that sum of money that I lost. You could have been a person involved in one of the conflicts, the many conflicts that are happening in the world simultaneously. It's not just the situation in Ukraine. There are so many other conflicts in Sudan, in Afghanistan. There are so many problems at the moment in the world, unfortunately. So wherever you find yourself geographically on this world, you might have cried a lot during Jupiter in Pisces. But I also feel like you were able to break a karmic pattern. I feel like you're going to have to put in some work to start to feel happy again in your life and to feel as if you can grow, you can truly take advantage of the gifts that life wanted to give you and that Jupiter in Pisces wanted to give you. Four of Pentacles is about you needed to let go of what you were stubbornly holding on to. Your foundation crumbled. Your foundation broke down. Yeah. And I feel a tremor in my body. And this tremor that I get in my body is usually before I need to cry, but it's also fear. I think fear is what's blocking you at the moment from truly experiencing a feeling of I can still gather my resources, I can still create more things in my life, and I can still enjoy whatever has been left. Because there are some things that were left, but you're not focusing on them. You see, this character is looking into this empty cup while there are 4 more filled cups in the background. 4 different opportunities, 4 new people that you need to meet, 4 types of resources that you can access in order to rebuild whatever was taken away from you during Jupiter and Pisces. Pisces rules over the depths of the oceans. It rules over tsunami energy. It rules over typhoons. So these great outpourings of water that can sometimes wipe cities away, right? There is this force that Neptune can unleash when triggered. And this force is usually connected to some sort of emotional loss and emotional pain. And then the water is splashed and everything is cleansed. Kind of like Noah's Ark energy, you know? So there is a feeling here that something was taken away from your life against your will, and you had to walk away. It was a painful moving on, the 6 of Swords. I don't want to let this go, but I must. In order to maintain my physical integrity, my mental health, in order to maybe rescue a child, a partner, a pet, you had to walk away, rescue your life as well, right? Oof, oof. I'm going to do some sound cleansing right now. God, I feel how heavy this is. Yeah. A new beginning, one in which you will feel supported by the community in which you currently find yourself in. It could be a community of strangers. It could be a community of people that don't speak your language. It might also be a community of people that you might not have gotten so close to if you stayed in your previous life. And I feel like Spirit had to move you. You had to meet these people. You had unfinished business with them from a past life, potentially. And you had to be pushed in this direction. And yes, some destruction had to happen. I feel that for those of you that do not identify with this conflict area, it might have been a job that you lost, a relationship. There could have been an actual loss. Somebody died, passed on in your immediate surroundings. And now you have to rely on the help of friends, on the help of other relatives that you might not normally spend time with. You are actually trying to understand, how can I create anew? How can I gather my energy back? How can I gather new things into my life so that I can create a different reality? There is still this energy of this dark gray cloud hanging over you. But I think through the sheer power of the community, the support groups that you currently can have access to, you will manage to refill this cup that was taken away from you. Yeah, you see, other people come in to help you fill this cup. You cannot do it alone. And I think this is what Jupiter and Pisces is giving you. In a very dramatic and kind of forceful way, Jupiter and Pisces is saying, stop isolating yourself from other people. Stop prioritizing material aspects. Stop thinking that safety is in money, a house, some objects that you have acquired. Safety is in the people that you can trust and that you can rely on. You might have thought in the past, I cannot trust the community. I don't want to hear about other people. People are nasty. No. And now whatever has been taken away from you is humbling you and breaking your heart so that you can open it up towards loving people again, being among them, trusting them. And for some of you, this is really hard. I know for myself, this is really hard as well. I have some deep, deep trust issues that I'm working on. And the first step towards healing is acknowledging that you have a specific thing you're struggling with, yeah? And then as you acknowledge it, sometimes it can make you feel vulnerable. The ego doesn't like to be told there is something wrong with you. The ego will always strike back and try to defend you or rationalize against, no, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm tough, you know? But in reality, in order for us to have true strength, we also need to have true vulnerability. It's part of the game. We have one thing and we also have its opposite, right? We're both shadow and light. And now you have paradoxically been taken out of your shadow Your shadow is actually a reliance upon material aspects, and these things were taken away from you because you were holding on too strongly to them and blocking your own growth. And Jupiter and Pisces came in and said, spiritualize you. We need to spiritualize you. We need to push you in the direction of trusting other people. And I'm sure that a lot of you are coming into contact at the moment with heart-opening experiences, the kindness of random strangers, the help and support of people that you might not have even thought that they would do anything kind to support you. This is happening, and I think it's breaking you down. It's breaking down those walls, the barrier, the stoic attitude you have been building in the last couple of years, potentially with the transit of Pluto and Capricorn. We all have been collectively trying to just be so stubborn and self-reliant and materially obsessed. And, people don't mean anything. It's all about the money. Money gives you power. Capricorn energy. Kind of low vibing Capricorn energy, because high vibing Capricorn energy is a lot about I create so much, I am so hardworking, but I create in order to honor God. I create in order to distribute. I create in order to create a safe foundation so I can support everyone around me. Yeah. So I feel that there is an energy here where you are actually coming together with a group of people that could potentially be your soul family. Yeah, this is the wonderful gift that Jupiter and Pisces is giving you in a bit of a roundabout way, a painful roundabout way. I don't want to minimize the pain that you've been growing through, of course, but there are some good things in what you have been experiencing. Jupiter and Pisces is subtle energy. What has happened to you has clearly not been subtle, but the healing is very subtle. And the more time passes from the moment when you suffer this loss, 11/11, the more you're manifesting this heart opening. And sometimes in order for our hearts to open and for us to feel again, for us to truly allow people to love us, to feel kindness again, we have to be shocked into an experience. We have to be broken down because our ego created too many defenses. And just a tower energy has to come in and smash that fake foundation. Yeah, we don't have the tower here, but I'm kind of getting that as well. So maybe Mars energy, Mars and Pisces. Let's see your oracle cards right now. What are the gifts? What is this renewed energy? You're going to be better able to focus on the things that really matter. You're seeing things very clearly. It's almost like you were shocked into awareness, shocked into an awakening. You see these eyes, they're so alert and alive and awake, and you're noticing things right now. I feel like in the past you might have been a bit complacent. You had material comforts and you were wondering like, I shouldn't kind of test myself. I shouldn't actually go out and meet people. I shouldn't actually like push myself. I'm gonna just stay into my own little world and mind my own business. To a certain extent, with the COVID pandemic, we all had to do that, right? But I'm getting an energy of you're like jolted into aliveness again, because that material safety made you complacent, but it also kind of made you feel a little bit like there was a hole in your soul, like you were stagnant, like things weren't growing in your life, like there were fears cropping up around you. And instead of actually facing them and moving forward with courage on your next adventure, you were just stagnating. It's like not much is happening. I don't want to go out into the world because the world is scary, but I also kind of need to do something because nothing is moving into my life anymore. Enter Jupiter and Pisces, trauma, and the trauma pushes you exactly into that direction that you were a little bit afraid to walk into. So the keywords here are for enlightenment, stay in the moment, chop wood, carry water, avoid distraction, meditate, bring unresolved issues into view. Jupiter and Pisces is doing you a favor by helping you heal some really deeply ingrained problems that stem from your infancy and childhood. You might not even be aware of them, because I feel that these are some things that happened to you in your life even before you were able to develop your memory. Children usually develop long-term memories starting from the age of 3 years old. And the first 2 years of life are so foundational for the establishment of our root chakra energy, how we feel safe in the world, how we feel safe in our bodies. And if there were any problems that happened to you and to your caregivers in those foundational 2 years, I feel like these are coming up, and they might be coming up as bodily symptoms, right? Maybe you feel the urge to eat things. Maybe you have some sort of spots that appear on your skin. Maybe you have rashes, you know. There is something here that needs to be acknowledged, that needs to come up to the surface. And they are coming up to the surface right now. Jupiter in Pisces has helped you bring these things up to the surface. And now Neptune is healing them. Neptune is giving you insights, is putting you in contact with the right kind of people that can help you focus. How can I heal myself? How can I repair? How can I rebuild and reconstruct? Sacrifice. Wow. This is one of the most Neptunian energies that you will ever get. Sacrifice. There are those worth making, and there are those that will destroy you. You're also learning at the moment when to be giving and when to hold back and receive. You're striking the fine balance between being that kind of person that is too eager to please other people, too obsessed with helping other people to the point where they just like end up becoming a doormat for everyone else. That's one extreme. And the other extreme is being in your ivory tower. I don't want to help. I don't care. It's every man for themselves. It's a rat race. It's a survival game here. And I'm just not sacrificing anything. Why should I, you know? I feel that Jupiter in Pisces came through and really put like a spotlight on something that you had to let go of. And it was really painful for you to let that go. But it was an unavoidable wave of energy, of activity that happened, and you were just swept away. You couldn't help it. You couldn't control it. All you had to do was surrender to it, sacrifice something. You had to let something go, something that was dragging you behind. And this sounds very tough, but for some of you, this might have been a person. Some of you separated from a loved one. You might be at the moment in the reconstruction phase of a broken relationship, right? Or negotiating a divorce settlement. For some of you, this is a career. You had to put an end to a career that you invested so much time and effort and energy in. And others of you literally had to leave your homes because of a conflict. You had to let go of all the money that you've invested in purchasing the home, decorating it, making it your safe haven. And this is such a big blow to the ego. But it's only a big blow because we keep thinking in this reality, in this incarnation, that safety comes from a specific group of objects, from a specific place, when actually the only roots that we can rely on are the roots that we have here within ourselves. And to a certain extent, this kind of red thread that is connecting us emotionally and soulfully to other individuals in our lives. But with Pluto and Capricorn, there have been so many separations, so much pain, and so many broken down romantic connections that we're all in a mess trying to understand why our connection is so difficult. Why is it so hard to reach people and love them? And I think you find yourself in the same situation. The Observer, number 50. You see she's holding this camera here. It's almost as if you're looking at the world from the outside in. And this is Saturn and Aquarius energy. For me, Aquarians are phenomenal outsiders, and Spirit is placing them in this position because Aquarians truly have the genius to be able to see society from the outside, and because they have this perspective, they're able to fine-tune what is not working. And their minds are so rational, communicative, and obsessed with collecting facts. And they're so good at actually putting together so many broken down pieces of information into a really interesting whole that they are able to come up with brilliant solutions as to how we can improve our lives. The problem with Aquarians is that they get a bit too obsessed with there is no God, it's only my genius, that they fall into their shadow, which is Leo arrogance. And that's when they end up paying a price. But as long as they stay modest and focus on the embetterment of society, on progressive inventions that can help society, this is how we get the television, this is how we get the automobile, this is how we got the plane, this is how we got nursing objects for our children, or incubators to save the lives of young babies. So I feel like you're being placed, you're being pushed outside of your comfort zone into your growth zone, because you have something really important to contribute to society. And your previous life, where you were just complacent in this material aspect, was not helping you. It was not giving you this perspective of the outsider. Now you are placed in this perspective, and you are going to do some phenomenal work in the next years, as soon as Pluto hits Aquarius, which happens in March next year. March 2023. I keep needing to think that you guys might watch this in the future, so I need to spell the dates. Okay, so the final card I have for you. Jupiter in Pisces has opened a massive energetic portal for you. All you need to do is be brave enough to step into the unknown. And I know this requires a lot from you, because if you've had your foundation blown to smithereens, it's going to be very hard for you to find it safe to walk into the unknown. But as you guys know, I'm a person that grew up with a lot of fairy tales, and fairy tales have been so nourishing to me in times when I had to make big life decisions, because I tried to escape in a fairy tale and see my life as one of the protagonists in some of the classic fairy tales that I grew up with, the majority of them written by Brothers Grimm. In all of these fairy tales, there is an initiation that begins when a character gets lost in the woods or has to undergo some sort of trial in the woods. The woods also are deeply nourishing. If you think about the fact that Hansel and Gretel find a lot of sweets in the woods, even though they come with a witch as well. But also Snow White, when she runs away in the woods from her evil stepmother, and when she runs away from the huntsman, she finds the dwarves, right? The woods can be nourishing, the woods can be protective. Whatever passageway you need to go through, if you're not envisioning it as a wood, maybe you could think of it as crossing a river, crossing a bridge, entering a tunnel. You can use whatever metaphor fits better with you, maybe entering a cave as well. Caves are really important primordial symbols of self-development. Plato wrote a really extensive treatise on the idea of the cave in our imaginary, in our archetypal imaginary. So I see here doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. There's a wild card. You're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to gamble a little bit. If you feel like you cannot trust the new community that you've been placed into, take a gamble and trust them nonetheless. If you feel like you don't have enough money to actually put an idea forth, take a gamble and still talk to people about this idea that you had. Still apply to that job. Still try to rebuild something from the ground up. You would be surprised how quickly you're going to grow. 2222, and I said that, which is my cue that I need to wrap this reading here. I don't want to make it too long. I know your time is precious. Thank you for hanging out with me. You are receiving such subtle, beautiful blessings. And I think that the biggest thing that Jupiter in Pisces has given you is a fantastic new way of looking at life that will shape the next 22 years of your life. You will grow in phenomenal ways, Group 1. So get excited about this. Walk through that portal. You're not going to regret it. If you want to get in touch with me for any other things outside of this YouTube channel, personal readings, Twin Flame Novel, my other channel, everything is linked in the description box below. Make sure to like this video so it gets distributed to a variety of different people. Please subscribe, because every time we reach a milestone, and we're very close to 44K, I actually unleash a video that is a free giveaway. I unleash it. Anyway, it was such a fun time hanging out with you, Group 1. I hope you take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in my next one. Mwah! Ciao. Hey Group 2, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi. I'm super happy to be creating a reading for you today on the topic of your Neptunian glow up. And I feel like I need to take a deep breath in with you guys. Whew, I was running out of breath, and I don't know why, because I just drank some water before I pressed play on this video. Anyway, this is for those of you that were drawn to the starfish, or to the Oceanic Tarot. Yeah, I have it here. In this reading today, we're going to be exploring in depth what are the gifts, the blessings of Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces has just wrapped up its transit on the 10th of May. However, at the moment, with the current astrological energy that I'm filming this timeless reading, I still have, or we still have, rather than just I, we, all of us, the collective, are still under the influence of Neptune in Pisces and Mars in Pisces. And I was just wondering, because it's been a very rough couple of years, 2022 began with a bang in the world. I'm wondering, what were the gifts, the blessings? What were the subtle energies that Jupiter in Pisces has imparted with you in this period? So let's find out. And also I'm noticing that, yeah, things are coming apart. There is a shortness of breath. Are you okay, group 2? Are you feeling okay? I feel like you guys might be stressed out. So I'm sending you a lot of light, and let's do some sound cleansing as well. Yeah, I'm gonna hit my Tibetan bow once. Yeah? Okay. You're safe. It's okay. Let's listen. Listening to other people can be deeply relaxing and comforting, okay? And you know that you're always safe here on my channel. So, yeah, I've been feeling a lot of sadness, a lot of fear, a lot of tears, or a deep need to breathe in and rest in this reading today. Interesting. So let's see. For my group 2s, what has Jupiter and Pisces been blessing them with, and they do not know? They do not know that they have received a beautiful blessing in the last years. Whoa, years. And as I said this, you got 4 cards that dropped to the table all at once. Spirit is like, here you go, all cards on the table. Some of you might know. Some of you might know. Others, I think that you're a little bit too stressed out to find out what is being given into your life. Again, I feel the need to take a deep breath in. What's happening here? I feel there's so much sadness that needs to come out of you. Group 2, get a bottle of wine, get a day off, cry yourself. Cry it out. Watch a really nice romantic movie or a child's movies. You know, kids' movies always get me, like movies about whales and dogs and like rescuing horses. Oh my god, I bawl my eyes out like an idiot, you know. Movies like The Empire of the Sun with a very young and sweet Christian Bale. You get the drill. Anyway, let's get into the tarot. So we have here the 10 of Cups. This is deep happiness. This is the feeling that you've got it made. 333 when I said that. Compassionate communication, creative writing, creative self-expression, reading, writing, chatting, being close to people, creating a community maybe on the online environment, maybe opening an account on WordPress, publishing a lot of articles, maybe having your own YouTube channel, maybe creating courses on Teachable, maybe having a very large group of people that follow you on Instagram, maybe having all sorts of like fun artistic exchanges with people on Pinterest. I'm just enunciating some of them, but there are so many social media platforms, so many apps that you can use in this period to draw a deep sense of happiness and fulfillment from people, communities that are international, communities that are online, communities of people that are freaky or unique. Some of you, I'm getting DeviantArt. I'm not sure if it's still on or running, but I feel that DeviantArt could be like a place where you might have started an account, you might have dropped it, and then you need to go back to it because you've got a community of people that can support you. Some of you, it's Tumblr. So, completion. I feel that for others of you that have chosen this group, what is giving you this feeling of sadness, nostalgia, melancholy is the fact that you're just about to wrap up a cycle. You might need to relocate from the place where you're living to move someplace else, and this is really getting you into your feelings. For others of you, I'm getting that this is closing a cycle of studies. You're about to graduate from high school, or you're about to graduate from college, and it's making you emotional. On one hand, it's because you're wrapping up a cycle of experiences, a cycle of growth with some of the people that you've known. And now you're being placed into an unknown environment, right? What am I going to do next? How am I going to use my freedom? You have to keep in mind that you do get a good amount of freedom whenever you complete something. A lot of us really want to jump into the next thing because we're afraid of the interim space. We're not comfortable owning our freedom, even though freedom is one of the most important values that defines our humanity, right? It's right up there in the Declaration of Independence, for Americans at least. So there is this feeling here that you really need to start feeling into your freedom and enjoying it, not by harming yourself or other people and trying to frantically run around filling the space that life has created for you, but by truly being in it and feeling comfortable. It's like, I have all this space right now, all this free time. I can create. That's kind of the energy I feel that will really benefit you at the moment, because we've got here the dolphin in the background. The dolphin is highly intelligent, playful, creative. Dolphins are also one of the few creatures that have sex for pleasure, just like human beings. And they can also be a little bit mean like human beings, you know, they gang up on each other and they attack one another, you know. So they're very human in their behaviors. And I feel like you are at the moment trying to cope with this. Maybe you're trying to cope with some shadow aspects of yourself, with some of the darkness within you that you've actually come to know in the last couple of years. Some of you might be afraid to be on your own because of this darkness. But I have the feeling that the more I'm talking about you owning your freedom, the more relaxed I'm feeling and the less emotional I'm also feeling, because I can empathize with you guys. Oh my God, from the beginning of this reading, I just felt like bawling my eyes out. If you feel like, please do. Please take the space of this reading. I hope that my comforting energy is helping you release something, because this is also a psychotherapeutical holding space, as I like to create it. It's not an official psychotherapeutical one because I'm not a licensed psychotherapist. I'm just a trained one. But I do like to create, through how I speak and through the energy that I bring into these readings, I like to create the safe holding space. So I hope that it's okay for you to have a good cry, release something, close the chapter, because this is what Jupiter in Pisces is giving you, closure. You're going to close on something, and it's giving you the jitters, but it's also working in your favor. It's in your benefit, okay? Some of you are actually breaking up with somebody that means a lot to you. And that can be really difficult, and that can be incredibly painful. You know, heartache, you can't really see it, you just feel it. But if a lot of us were walking around with all of the wounds that we suffered on our heart region, just as if they were flesh wounds, you would see a lot of crippled people in the collective. Anyway, that's not mean to depress you. I just want you to feel that we're all in this together. You know, you're not alone. And I feel that if you share your story of closing something with somebody that broke your heart, or wrapping up a cycle, if you talk about these things, you're gonna find that other people resonate with what you're saying, that they can actually put themselves in your shoes, that they can give you a compassionate ear, that they might be interested in listening to what you have to say. So you're not alone in this, okay? You're walking into something new, something fresh. And we have here movement, the Chariot. I'm just noticing this card and I was already describing it. Great, thank you. So the Chariot, Cancer season, from the moment when you watch this reading. I know that Cancer season is coming up at the time at which I'm filming this reading in 2 months' time. So July is 2 months away from May. And I feel that either a Cancer will be entering your life, either a mother will help you create this movement in your life. She might be doing it in a way that is forceful. She might literally kick you out of her house in order for you to finally get a place of your own. or she might be suffering from that empty nest phenomenon because you're old enough and big enough and you want to move out and live independently, and she might be having that, oh, my baby is leaving. But I feel that for the majority of you, this could be because you're leaving in order to find a new job or your first job, or you're leaving because you completed a course of studies, maybe high school, maybe college, and you're walking towards either further academic studies, a master's, a PhD, or you're walking from high school into the big, bold world of college life. So there will be some changes happening, dynamism, activities, movement. I'm even hearing UPS trucks backing in. So it's kind of like, you know, collecting your things and moving, packing things up, and just basically starting a new life, someplace new. Jupiter in Pisces has helped complete this energy. And when I say this energy, is the energy that you were karmically bound to, 1111 when I said that, so manifesting something new. We're manifesting something new in this reading. The energy that you were karmically locked into in the last couple of 5 to 10 years. Now, the other cards that I have here, whoa. Hey, we're kind of taking a sneak peek here. I don't know if I should tell you, but you already see the cards. So you don't know what you're walking into, right? You're moving. You're moving into the unknown, much like group 2. And I see very clearly here that we have the imagination card and we have the love card, yeah? We have here the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. New love coming into your life. The cards are blocked because you haven't yet met this person. So for those of you that resonate more with the fact that you had to close the deal on a very long-standing, painful connection with somebody that might not have loved you as you deserve to be loved, somebody that you couldn't be close to, you did your best, you tried everything you could, and that connection just didn't materialize. Well, I have good news for you, because you can let that pain go. You can let that pain go because something much better is coming into your life. So let's unblock this energy. I'm going to do some sound cleansing before I do that. Yeah. So we've got an upright offer here on the table. No confusion. Yeah. So you can see it very clearly. The happy dolphin that is drinking from this full cup. Yeah. The goblet of life. And we also have here this little merboy that is playing with the dolphin. So for some of you, this could be meeting an individual that could be your best friend. Okay. In the next couple of years, you're going to have a best friend forever. You're going to have a soulmate that appears in your life in the shape of a friend that helps you a lot, right? If you're moving to college, this can be somebody that you meet in college and will end up becoming one of your loyalists, one of your most loyal and true friends. Really a friend in need. Yeah, a friend indeed. For others of you, this is going to be a lover. You are going to walk from one painful situation or walk from one environment into a new environment and meet the love of your life. Yeah. A soulmate that is romantic, not friendship based. So we're talking here about eros, erotic love, rather than agape or philia, which are unconditional forms of love that are not based on sexuality. And I have a feeling that you guys are going to feel very creative. You're going to feel very inspired. I keep taking these deep breaths. You know, I feel that the first part of your reading was about releasing things. And now it's about taking deep breaths in to feel yourself, to feel that void within yourself that was created by that completion that we talked about at the beginning. Yeah. A happy completion, a relief. And now let's see your oracle cards. Wow, okay, so a lot of you are coming into this very important meeting with a potential twin flame. You see the thunderstorm. This is a tower moment as well. This can be a bolt from the blue, thunder, right? This is the god Thor in Nordic mythology. This is also Zeus in Greek mythology, the one that was kind of like distributing, organizing things by using its thunder. It's kind of like when a judge uses that hammer in the court of law, whatever I say goes. So I think that this is going to be a fated encounter. It's maneuvered by forces from the world beyond the veil, as I like to call it. So from the ether, from the 5D, from the unknown, from the heavens. Weather, natural events. What's urgent in your life? What's making you feel overwhelmed and is out of your control? Are you worried about how you will survive a major change? So you're worrying a lot at the moment, and there's nothing for you to be worried about. I feel that energy that I felt at the beginning of your reading of sadness and deep emotionality and vulnerability is connected to the fact that you're just experiencing these panic attacks, this fear at having to just embark on a completely new chapter in your life. And I think that this is created by the environment at the moment, because pre-2020, I feel like people were much better able to jump into the unknown without this baggage, this mountain of fear. But now with the pandemic, with the wars, with the conflicts, with all these increasing regulation and policing of the social environment, it's like we're afraid to live, we're afraid to move, we're afraid to walk. Or if we do it from a place of defiance. It's like, I'm going to show them, they can't scare me, you know. But I feel like you can safely allow the flow to take you. Jupiter in Pisces is giving you this beautiful opportunity to come together with a person that will be very supportive of you, that will get you, that will understand you, that will resonate with you. And it will really be a lucky bolt from the blue when you meet this person. It might even happen on a day when there is a natural phenomenon happening around you. It might be a low earthquake. It might be some sort of storm. I'm hearing The Perfect Storm, right? There was a movie on that title, on that theme. It could be someplace near waters. It could be as you're flying over a body of water, as you're traveling by boat to reach a certain destination, the lighthouse, right? A light in the dark, a comforting light in the madness and chaos of a stormy night at sea. So kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, being given hope. Jupiter in Pisces is giving you hope in a very dark period of time. Let's see. We also have here Morning Dew Girl. Yeah. So again, it's like every day, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've experienced, you can wake up and start your life from zero again. Every day is a chance to rebuild your world, to make decisions, to say yes, to say no, to get things going, to put them into motion, to hold back, rest, and retreat. All of these are decisions. All of these are actions that you can take. It's all in your power. And I feel like Jupiter in Pisces really has been giving you the subtle energy of needing to focus on yourself. So maybe you were... Yeah, do you hear the ambulance? Yeah? So really important message. You have to pay attention to this. Maybe you're expecting Jupiter in Pisces to give you something from the outside in. But actually what Jupiter in Pisces has been giving you all this time is a lot of inspiration from within out. So you can create a lot of things. It's almost as if God said, here, take the reins. I want you to create. Impress me. And I think a lot of you were overwhelmed by a variety of different things that happened to you in the last months. And now, maybe from the moment when you stumble upon this reading and you hear this message, it could be for some of you that you stumbled upon this reading when Jupiter is going to retrograde back into Pisces in the autumn and winter of 2022. Hey, when you pick up on this message, you are going to truly feel confident enough to say, yes, I am a co-creator. I'm going to take the reins into my own hand, the reins of my life. And just like the Charioteer, which is actually a card inspired by the figure of Alexander the Great, entering a city after he has completed a military operation of conquering, because he enjoyed conquering stuff. You're going to enter just like the Charioteer into this brave chapter of your life, fully aware of what the downfalls and what the benefits might be. Because there will always be some downfalls and benefits to any situation, even those situations that seem too good to be true. those are actually the ones you should pay attention to the most. Because when something looks so bright and so beautiful, it has a massive shadow as well, yeah? So we also have here Breath of the Cosmos, and I kicked my rose quartz, and my rose quartz doesn't want to stop dwindling. So love, 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 big love with capital Love, yeah? That's what's coming in your energy. Breath of the Cosmos. We were talking about taking deep breaths in this reading, yeah? My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. I'm just gonna say it, for a lot of you, what's happening here, you're starting to believe in God. You're starting to have hope, to have faith, and you understand that the only possible way you're going to navigate the unknown and still maintain your mental health is if you learn to trust something that is unseen, is if you truly start to believe in magic, and if you truly own up to your inner wizard, or inner high priestess, inner divine feminine, however you want to call it. Final card I have here for you, telepathy. You're understanding that by having this deeply spiritual connection with a higher force, not only will you no longer feel alone in the world and you'll feel like you have somebody that always has your back, but you're also going to be better able to manifest a soulmate, somebody that you truly feel like you need in your life in order to help you navigate what lies ahead, the improbable, the impossible. Nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. A lot of you are already talking to the soulmate. A lot of you are already bringing this person in. I think a lot of you have named it as well. Some of you have given this soulmate some pretty funny names. Like I'm hearing something like Kerfussel or Funkerpuckle. What? I don't know. Very funny names. You've been naming your the person you're trying to bring into being. For some of you, it's a friend. For others of you, it's a romantic soulmate. You've been naming this person a completely different thing. I'm kind of picking up on the fact that some of you are going to get the soulmate in the shape of a brother or sister. Wow. Okay. So wow. A new soul literally being incarnated into this world to help you on your life path. I feel that this is it. I'm very mindful of the time. I don't want to make this reading too long. Thank you for being here, for listening to this message. I hope you can take something nourishing from it. I truly felt that we changed the energy. We transmuted some fear, some almost like an energy on the brink of tears into something much more powerful and positive. I hope that you felt it. If you want to get in touch with me for personal readings, purchase my twin flame novel, watch my other channel, Spiritual Soulscapes. Everything is always linked in the description box below. Make sure that you like this video so that it gets distributed to many other people out there that might need to hear these messages. Make sure that you subscribe. Every time we reach a milestone, and we are dangerously close to 44K, I unleash a video that is a free giveaway. Yeah, so take advantage of that. And I do hope that you take great care of yourself and that I will be able to see you in my next one. Bye. Hey group 3, hello my loves, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi and this is a reading on the topic of your Neptunian glow up. How is Jupiter in Pisces helping you? We all know that the transit of Jupiter in Pisces has just completed on the 10th of May, but in this reading today, I want to see what are the benefits, what are the conclusions, what has Jupiter in Pisces been giving you? So this is what we're going to explore. This is for those of you that were drawn to the Mystical Dream Tarot or to this shell that I can't find on my table. So this is the prehistoric shell like that you were drawn towards. Okay, let's find out. I have your pre-shuffled oracle cards here. As you guys know, I like to live shuffle the tarot so that I take from your energy and put it in this reading so that we co-create whatever answers we need for this specific reading. And my hair is crazy. This is an excellent start. Let's get into it. So, Spirit. For group 3, how is Jupiter and Pisces blessing them? If you skipped over the introduction, I do talk in it about the fact that Jupiter and Pisces has been a very difficult transit. Neptune has also been conjuncting Jupiter, and it's almost as if Jupiter has been blessing us with some things, but they are either too subtle or highly spiritual that we might need to do some work in order to figure out what are actually the gifts. Because as you guys know, since 2022 began, we had a number of conflicts erupting all over the world. We've had a number of problems appearing in the collective. So what exactly are the gifts that Jupiter has been blessing us with? So what I did in your reading, which is really interesting because I felt so guided as I was tapping into your energy, is 2 cards dropped on the table. One is face up, the other one is face down. And I felt the need to just select 2 others by cutting the deck. So let me show you the cards that first appeared. And we have here the beautiful Dreamer of Wands. Yeah, this is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands. And we have here a gorgeous energy, the Holy Dove that comes in to deliver messages. We have the girl that is sitting at the edge of the lake, almost as if she's ready to walk into the water and to be baptized, maybe for the first time or to be baptized again. So this talks about a cleansing. I'm hearing here that it's a cellular cleansing, something that happens at the level of your cells, at the very, very deep core, at the finest elements, the smallest elements that constitute our being, almost to the level at the DNA as well. It goes that deep. We have here as well a fish that is brown colored. Brown usually makes me think of stability, of earth energy. And the fish talks about swimming in the opposite direction. A couple of you that have chosen this group might have wanted to create a connection, potentially with a significant female that was going against your better judgment. It was, in order for you to relate to this woman, you had to go against everything that you felt. But you pushed and pushed and you tried to make this work. This can be with a sibling. This can be with a very good friend or a mother figure, a boss, or a romantic entanglement with a woman that you felt highly attracted to. And it just didn't work out. I feel that right now, Jupiter in Pisces is saying, calm down, little fish. Stop swimming against the tide. Go with the flow. Go into the direction of your shoal of fish. So you might need at the moment to regroup, rejoin your family, your relatives, your local community. Some of you need to reroute into a place of living. You might have needed to travel to be with this person, and travel plans have failed, everything backfired, and now you need to come back. You need to go back to square one. And a lot of you are not happy about the situation, of course, but I have a feeling this was actually, this rejection happened to protect you. Yeah, even though I heard my belly rumble, so there is some hunger left here. It's close to lunchtime, so I'm going to eat after I wrap up this reading for you guys. But I think metaphorically, the message I'm getting is that there's still this hunger inside of you to connect with this person, to be with this individual. 444, you might have even thought about solidifying things with this individual. If this was a work opportunity, you wanted to continue working with this boss, you wanted to be promoted, or you wanted fresh projects. If this is a romantic connection, you wanted to be together with this individual, to be in a long-term steady commitment. If this is with a mother figure, you wanted to be loved and accepted and understood by this person. And with a sibling or a dear friend, you just wanted to have your person back. You wanted to spend time. You wanted to just go back to how things were in the past, the good old times. That's kind of what I'm hearing. The other card that dropped, let's do it in the order in which they dropped. There might have been a man that interfered in this connection. Maybe somebody that you argued with, maybe a coworker that was competing with you, another, potentially a third party situation if this is a romantic connection. This could have been another man that you fought over with your sibling, with your best friend. There might have been some cheating, some betrayal, some backstabbing. 555, yeah, situation that was a dramatic change, almost like I'm hearing a slap in the back. I woke you up. Let's open this card. So what do we have here? The Lord of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For some of you, this is somebody that you performed with, an artist, an actor, a dancer, a singer. I'm hearing somebody that you had some artistic differences, you were at odds with. Let's see the other cards, because I'm getting something here, but I want to make sure that... Four of Pentacles. Okay, whoa, okay, so this is what I was getting. Do you see this stream that is dripping into this cup? For some of you, not all of you, this could resonate, but I need to say it. You got pregnant by this guy, and it really created a split in this connection with this woman. So maybe you got pregnant and your mother really disapproves of this individual, and there might have been a how could you situation. Or you got pregnant with your best friend's partner, or the crush of your best friend. There might have been some sibling rivalry. Maybe your sister or brother was crushing on somebody and you went and slept with them, or they slept with you, or something happened there, and now big bada boom, drama, right? Things had to happen in this way. Things had to happen in this way. I really need to emphasize this, because I am picking up on some stagnant guilt. It's like mucky guilt, like you put your feet into a swampy like environment, and it's kind of like you want to get cleaned, you want to take a lot of showers, you want to clean your space, but still you feel dirty. You know, that's that kind of a guilt that makes you feel dirty even though everything seems clean on the outside. So let's see the other two cards. The Lord of Wands. Okay, really interesting entering into your life of, first of all, a person that will bring you a lot of luck. Maybe this is a person that could give you money as well. We have here a fire sign this time, an Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius that will heal you, that will potentially heal this connection with this woman that we have here. So this can be a father figure that steps in and tries to mend the connection between you and the mother. This could be a potential second employer that saves the situation, or potentially an assistant to the boss if this is a career-based opportunity. This can also be a friend that has some information regarding what happened, so that you can repair your connection with your sibling or with your best friend if the other scenario is applied to you. I'm seeing here that this Lord of Wands is almost like a teacher that steps in to help you integrate the wisdom from this painful situation that you were divinely guided to go through. Yeah, so it's nobody's fault. It was karmically written that this split, this separation, this betrayal had to happen. You were at the mercy of certain forces. I think some of you were aware of what was happening and you just decided to go with it anyway. Others of you were completely baffled by what has happened. So there is this beautiful Lord Ganesha energy coming into your life, the spiritual teacher, spiritual master, somebody with a lot of confidence, charisma, somebody that is highly in tune with the divine, a very faithful person. And I think this individual has some sort of guidance for you. For some of you, this could be a priest, a rabbi, right? It could be somebody that you get to talk to, some religious counseling. And this person can help you maybe give you some counseling regarding keeping a baby or not, how to forgive, how to let go, how to repair a certain connection that might seem to you beyond repair. And Jupiter in Pisces wants you to get in touch with such individuals. The drama, the problem appeared in your life because you were fated to seek counsel to this fire sign individual. You were fated to be healed by this person. This is part of your karmic contract. The karmic unfoldment of your destiny. For some of you, we have here as well the Four of Pentacles. Again, we had the Four of Pentacles appearing with group 1. This is how I feel that the reading today is divinely guided, and there is some sense of internal consistency happening here. You know, I'm trying to apply some of my psychological knowledge to the study of tarot, but you guys know that this is a lot about the game of chance, right? And it's meant for entertainment purposes. But nonetheless, I do think that there is some sort of internal consistency or even validity. We can go so far as to call it like that. When I get the same kind of cards, I also mentioned in my previous clip that it could be a consequence of the fact that you guys are watching more than one group. Yeah. So, Four of Pentacles, letting go, needing to surrender a sum of money, a sort of material attachment, maybe even needing to let go of living in a certain space with some people, needing to let go of your routine, needing to change your financial, maybe needing to tap into your savings account, needing to change your financial agreements. If this was about the career situation, needing to move to a different job, maybe needing to take a pay cut. If this is, you are pregnant at the moment, well, you need to make some adjustments regarding, getting ready for the birth of the baby. If this is related to a mother, potential mothering situation, it could be that the mother, because of the fact that you had this split, could be that the parent, I'm getting a very maternal energy, a parent might needed to pull back the funds that they were giving you to support you. Let me just confirm for the majority of you, what kind of a situation are we dealing with here? Because I see Wands, Cups, and I also see Pentacles on the table. So it's not a clear, this is about career, this is about love, this is about friendship. Five of Swords. We got the missing element, but we are not getting a clear picture what this is about. So I feel that for the majority of you that have chosen this group, all the other scenarios can apply in your own specific circumstances. I am reading for 40,000 people here, guys. So the Five of Swords blocked is about no longer needing to argue, picking your battles. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to get triggered. I don't need to explain myself. I made my choice. I'm keeping the baby. I'm moving to this new job. I'm going to forgive you, but also let you go. Whatever situation you find yourself in, you're going to be the bigger person. This is the gift of Jupiter and Pisces, my love. Emotional maturity, emotional awareness, and being able to just make your own decisions in spite of what other people are saying. I love this baby. I'm going to keep it if that's what you want to do. I love my freedom. I'm not going to keep this baby. I liked this job, but if we don't get along, I'm going to move on to my next job, I'm going to find a lot of different jobs. I am capable. I'm skilled. It will be okay. In the situation in which this was a conflict between you and a mother, I love you, but I let you go. Until the energy between the two of us changes. And usually it so happens that sometimes you need this space of separation between you and a parent that just doesn't want to give to you, doesn't understand you, might even be low-key abusive with you. Spend time apart from them. I guarantee you the energy will change. I guarantee they will have certain epiphanies, unless they are mentally troubled, in which case they need help in order to actually cope. But a relatively normally healthy parent that only has some sort of personality issues with you or behavior problems with you will actually be able to see your connection in a different light with the benefit of hindsight. But you need the space in between each other in order for both of you to understand your connection from a different position. That's why it's so important for parents and children to live in a separate space from time to time. That's why it's natural in a connection in which you're very close to a sibling or a friend to go through a mini breakup. Usually psychologists say that this happens around 7 years. If you've been in a connection with somebody, you need some space after around 6 to 7 years. It used to be 7 years at the time at which the study was created. You guys might have heard about the 7-year itch, but this was a study in the 50s. But up until today, people, some of the psychologists that are actually looking into these relational separations and breakdowns estimate that it's happening earlier because we live in the age of speed. So it might be a span of 3 to 4 years that a relationship needs a reset. You need an energetic reset. And usually this reset is happening by coming to some sort of conflict and deciding to go your separate ways. But don't give up on this person. Don't give up on the situation, because nothing is over until the other person dies. And you guys know we're dealing with the occult here. Sometimes it's not over even then, yeah, because of reincarnation and soul patterns and karmic soulmates, so on and so forth. So Jupiter in Pisces is blessing you with emotional maturity, emotional awareness, and the capacity to make your own decisions come hell or high water. You're no longer putting up with what other people are saying to you. It's like, I'm able to make my own decisions. Thank you very much. Bye. We agree to disagree. Let's see your oracle cards. The art of seduction. Whoa. Group 3, I need to drink some water. So you're the real vixen here. Yeah, you're the real... Whoa! I was afraid I'm gonna kick the glass of water. You might even be a little bit afraid at your power of pulling people in, your magnetism, your sexuality. I feel like you're finally saying, you know what, I'm not gonna hide who I am. I am goddamn sexy, I am gorgeous, and if people want me, what can I do about it, you know? And maybe that was the problem. Maybe a partner chose you over your best friend, your sibling. The drama ensued afterwards because things were not cleared. Maybe there was some sort of envy here between you and a mother figure. Maybe it was a situation where at work you might have fallen into some sort of workplace romantic innuendos, maybe some sexual innuendos that compromised your image. The art of seduction is all about knowing how to say things, knowing how to dress, to get a person to do what you want them to do by using your physical, romantic, erotic charms, yeah? So I think a lot of this has been happening here. Jupiter in Pisces did unleash a lot of sexual, fertile energy. And when it's not used in creativity, it can be used in a romantic, erotic kind of endeavor. Pisceans are highly sexual, much like Scorpios. Sorry, I tripped over my words. Oh, maybe you make people trip over their words as well when they're in your presence. Look at this, wisdom. This is exactly what I was talking about in terms of emotional maturity, intelligence, and awareness, yeah? Wisdom is combining compassion with intelligence. It's not just figuring things out in a very rational, fact-based way. It's about connecting mind with heart. We have here experience and failure lead to wisdom. So sometimes you have to get through a couple of losses to understand that you might not be the best person in the world, that there are certain things that are not perfect about you. And this gives you a very wonderful capacity to be able to connect with people that are struggling in life. Because people that have never been through difficult circumstances sometimes tend to act like assholes with other people in their environment. They cannot understand why divorces happen. There's something wrong with people. They cannot understand what it means to lose somebody because they haven't had that experience, you know. Mentally, they might think, oh, I get this, but emotionally, they will never know what it feels like. But I feel like you've been going through a pretty rough period so that you can feel how it feels like and empathize with another person when you see a person in similar situations like the ones you have been. So if you're a person that suddenly became a single parent overnight, now you no longer are able to judge other single parents because you understand the random ways in which you can enter such a situation, yeah? So, apply wisdom to a present situation. Learn from the spirit world and its collective knowledge. You're really backed up by ancestors at the moment. I think Jupiter in Pisces unleashed such wonderful energy of support from people that are no longer with you. But I feel like you've been feeling the energy of spirits. And especially if you're conceiving a child, well, this is the, how should I say, progressive element in a long line of incarnations, right? So your ancestors are almost like speaking through your blood, speaking through your skin, and it's kind of like you feel them closer to you than you've ever felt them before. Now we have here as well Starkeeper. How beautiful is this card? It reminds me of one of my favorite songs to listen to when I travel, Star Guitar by Chemical Brothers. You guys should listen to this. It's a wonderful song to listen to when you're in a train. Cosmic ancestors, see the light by staying grounded. Cosmic ancestor, yeah, so it's not only ancestors that you had here incarnated coming down your family line, your family tree, but you're also downloading some messages from, you know, ancestors that might have been with you before you incarnated here on Earth, on the Pleiades, on Orion. This is a really strong energy of almost like you're sealed shut and protected from anything negative happening to you. And this is the force of benevolent spirits, both from the cosmic plane and the earthly plane, right? The physical, material ancestors that you had here with you on your family line, and those from your starseed heritage. And then the final card that I have here for you, Water Flight. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. Oh my goodness. I still feel the need to drink a lot of water. Maybe you do too. Maybe you need to hydrate. I've been doing quite a lot of speaking today. But this is a lot about being supported by such heavy unseen forces that are taking the heaviness away from your shoulders, because whatever it is that you're going through at the moment, you are meant to actually come to this point in time. So let go of the guilt that we talked about earlier. Let it go, okay? Let it wash away from you, like the baptism that I was mentioning here. If you're not going through a literal baptism, I suggest going to a swimming pool, either a personal private swimming pool, or just dunking yourself into a body of water, a river, the ocean, a sea, or just going to like a community swimming pool. Dunk yourself into a body of water. It can even be in your own bathtub. I feel like you need to have that experience of, I'm placing myself into water, I'm surrendering my guilt into the water, I'm letting the water absorb all this nasty energy, and I'm rising up to the surface freshly clean like a baby, ready to launch myself into this bold new life I have just begun, because I'm standing true to my choices. So, such deep strength. This is the gift that Jupiter in Pisces is giving you, my beautiful group 3. If you want to get in touch with me for personal readings, purchase my twin flame novel, watch my other channel, Spiritual Soulscapes, you have all the links in the description box below. Please give this video a like, please subscribe, because we're very close to the 44K benchmark, and every time when we reach a mark, I unleash into the collective a giveaway reading, okay? So help me achieve that for you guys. I want to give you gifts. Also, please take really good care of yourself, and I really hope that I'll be able to see you again in my next reading, okay? Group 3, my lovely ones, I'm sending you lots of love.